Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic and a medium and a channel, not a YouTube channel. Yes, I am a YouTube channel, but I'm actually a medium. I channel my spirit guides. And today is one video of a series of videos that I do called Wisdom on Wednesdays, where I channel my spirit guides a message for you that they think that you, the viewer, would be benefited from hearing or watching. You can go to my main YouTube channel by clicking the swirly logo, and you'll find a playlist there on a tab. And you could click that and go to WOW, which is Wisdom on Wednesday. And you can watch all kinds of very helpful, I mean, super helpful videos about raising your vibration, about the new earth, about ascension, about your soul contract, about the missing human instruction manual, how to get unstuck if you're stuck, and even things about crop circles, Sasquatch, aliens, past lives, incarnation, you name it. I've done a video about it probably. There's over 70 videos in this library now for you to watch completely for free and to gain knowledge and to raise your vibration, sort of move through this life, basically, move through this life happier and more fulfilled. Okay, now today is no exception to that rule because today we're going to talk about your soul's deepest hidden yearning is. That's a mouthful, right? What is your soul's deepest hidden yearning? Wouldn't we all like to know, right? Well, there's a reason it's hidden. There's a reason that it's deeply buried inside of your soul because you came here to start over, to start afresh in some ways. You came here to say, okay, my soul has these very faint memories of why I'm here. But really, why I'm here is to meet some challenges, is to learn some things. I chose these parents because I wanted to learn whatever it was they were here to teach me, and for me to teach them. My astrology, your astrology, our numerology, none of this is by accident. This is all pre planned. And you can really learn a lot about this from watching near death experiencer people because they go up there to that place where we're planning our life. That's the whole point of a near death experience, is to say, wow, I'm checking in. Is there a game? Is there a game plan that's changed here? Or do I need clarification in my life? Or, I need some more information. Now, not every near death experiencer gets this privileged information. Some don't, but a lot do. And I think even more so if you go back and try to access those things that happened during that experience. So some people just either they plan to not remember or they don't want to remember or it's just too much. I know the guides are telling me right now that there are people, I've seen people who have said, I was in the hospital bed, I remembered everything and it was too much. It was too much for me to understand, on top of recovering from this near death experience. I'm supposed to also understand a lot of the intricate patterns or relationships that are happening. Like now I'm here healing in this hospital bed, but I'm also supposed to know why I'm with my spouse or what my parent is really trying to teach me, even though they're, suffering from dementia. You know what I mean? Like it's too much sometimes for humans to really onboard it, to really accept it. We have a lot going on in our lives, even if you're not in that position where you've had a near death experience, even if you're just living your life. You're just trying to live your life and you don't understand, why are all my relationships like this? Why is this pattern showing up? Why do I have to struggle with this emotion? I can't seem to get past this fear, this envy, this depression, this low self confidence. I can't seem to get past it. I've tried to get my health better. I can't seem to get past it. And we get in this loop of human doing, human existing. We're just existing. It's too much. So, for your spirit guides to just download or for you to have access to what you brought here in your soul's deepest yearning, hidden yearning, is sometimes too much. Okay? So, we're going to go at it like this. We're going to chip away at it a little bit. We're going to do it in a more gentle way. Now, this process and this idea and this whole thing that I'm talking about to you today actually came to me with my members. I have an online community, and every once a month now, we have Soul Growth Sunday, where I meet with my members, whoever wants to show up, and my spirit guides tell us a question to work on. Now, in this session that we are meeting with my members, we use cards. We use oracle cards or tarot cards, and my spirit guides give them the question, and then they journal. They try to understand it. They try to go within to understand what the spirit guides are trying to tell them. And I've been doing this for over 2 years, and it's amazing the results. I can tell you, it's amazing the results. If you show up and you try to work with your guides and you try to figure out unlock your own potential, unlock what's holding you back, unlock and find your hidden soul's deepest yearnings. Just trying is everything. It's everything. There isn't any graduation here. There's no graduation. So it's always about incremental learning. Once you get to a certain level, you unlock another level. So there's no timeline here, there's no rush, and there's no end. So doing it in a very easy manner, one that feels okay to you, is probably the best way to do it. So today I'm going to work through this with you like I did with my members. So the question was, and I just want to say it exactly the way the spirit guides gave it to me. What is my deepest hidden yearning? What is my deepest hidden yearning? And because I'm not going to assume that you turned on this video and you have cards ready to go, because you might be in the car, you might be, doing something, or you might not even own cards, right? I'm not going to ask you to pull cards, although you can for sure. If you do want to pull cards, the question was, what is my deepest hidden yearning? And what they suggested was pull 3 cards. And the first card is the primary energy. The second card was, what else do I need to know? The third card is, where is the energy taking me? So again, one more time. What is my deepest hidden yearning? First card, primary energy, the overall energy. Second card, what else do I need to know about this? Third card, where is this energy taking me, or where is this energy going? Now, for those of you who don't have cards, guess what? I have cards, and I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to do it for you, actually. That's what we're going to do. That's what the guides told me to do. So here's what I'm going to do. You're going to pick, and I have done this once or twice on my channel, but not very often. I mean, once or twice out of 75 or 70 videos, not very often. You're going to choose, this is called pick a card, for lack of a better thing. And I know you can hear me shuffling, but you're going to pick 1, 2, or 3. Okay. 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to pull a card for you, and it's going to correspond to the number that you pick. And then I'm going to describe a little bit about what your soul's deepest yearning is. Okay. Again, you're more than welcome to do this on your own with your own cards. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to timestamp these. So what you'll do is pause the video, go into the description, click the 3 dots that says more, and in the description, you'll see card number 1, the time, card number 2, the time, card number 3, the time. You'll just go to whichever card you picked and watch what spirit has to tell you for that card. Now, is this going to be exact? I mean, like exact? Maybe not, but it's going to be in the ballpark. Also, you want to understand that this is deep and hidden. So I know, because I did this with my members. So I already know what you're going to be asking. I mean, I already know what you're going to be going through because I've done this. Just because it's hidden, you guys. This is hidden from you. Okay. It should feel faintly familiar, like, oh, or it might make you think about a situation, or it might make you connect the dots between a situation. Is it going to say to you, your deepest soul's yearning is to be an artist? No, maybe not. It's not that specific. Your soul's yearning is not a career. When you know the energies that your soul is yearning for can exhibit, can be in, can come forth through a lot of different careers, relationships. You know, the guides are saying we have your whole life to use to teach you this lesson, your whole life. So you can learn a piece of the lesson from a kid or a pet or a job or a neighbor or a housing situation or a money abundance situation or a health situation. And throughout your whole life, you might get a piece of this puzzle from many of those, not just 1 or 2, but from all of those situations. Okay. What I'm doing is I'm looking at the card and I'm going to channel whatever they want you to know. So this is, if you chose number 1, if not, go to the description and go to the number you chose. If you're saying, Susan, I'm stuck, I don't know what number to choose, that's part of the process. If you cannot choose a number, then you have a hard time choosing for yourself, right? You have a hard time putting yourself forward or putting yourself first. You just go along to get along. So if you can't choose a number, here's what I want you to do. I want you to either use your phone, because you're probably looking at it right now, and I want you to open up your phone keypad or the notes or the calculator, something that has a number pad on it. And I want you to push a number, 1, 2, or 3, without thinking. Your problem is you're getting caught up thinking. You're allowing your thinking to say, but what if it's 2? And what if I really meant to say 3? And what if I choose the wrong one? That's what's keeping you stuck right there. That's a big problem that you're experiencing. You've got to stop it. You've got to just say, I have to make a decision here. I'm going to choose this number. Period. End of story. If you have a piece of paper and a pencil or pen, you can just write it down. Choose a number. Do not judge. The process here is to choose the number and accept the message and let it. It's like somebody gives you a shirt and says, put this on. And you say, I'm not sure it's going to fit. I'm not sure that I like the color. I don't know if I like the fabric. Well, you got a lot of questions, don't you? Put the shirt on. Allow the shirt to come over you. Allow the lesson to come over you. Allow the message to come over you. And then sit with it. You don't have to figure it all out. Just allow it to be. Ask for more guidance. Be gentle. If you don't understand it, that is okay. That is okay. Sometimes learning to say, I don't understand this, is the lesson. Okay, we can't there's no answers for everything. If you're looking for answers for everything, then you're getting the wrong answers. I hate to tell you that, but it's true. because you're just trying to quickly solve the puzzle. Well, you're limiting yourself to what you know in the 3D. I know that the refrigerator keeps things cool, but if you've never considered that you could put something in a cooler, then that's something that's not available to you because you never considered it. It's not possible. The only thing that can keep my things cool is a refrigerator. When the power's out, you have no options because you never considered anything outside of your very narrow viewpoint. Just allow this. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to accept it. Just allow it and see where it takes you. Okay? Now, again, pick your number, go into the description, find your number. This is number one. Number one, your deepest inner yearning is, and this is an oracle deck that I'm using, and I don't always use this. I'm not saying buy this deck. I don't have a sponsorship. This is just what's here. Okay. Again, I, as a Virgo, have had to learn how to go with the flow and understand that I don't have all the answers. Okay. So this is the deck. It's called the Shaman's Dream Oracle, the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And number one, you got Deep Diver, which is diving into a task. Diving into a task. Look at the diver. If you're watching the video, there's a diver and there's jellyfish. It looks like a woman. Anyway, so number one, your deepest, darkest soul's, your darkest, your deepest hidden soul's yearning is to go deeper, is to your soul in this lifetime, in this incarnation. Number one, your soul wanted you to go deeper. So you could be the kind of person who says, I don't have time to go deeper. I just want to know how to do the task, or just tell me how to do it. I'm very smart. I'm very quick. I figure things out quickly. I'm not a navel gazer, right? I'm not going to gaze into my navel. I'm not going to be a meditator. I'm not going to do that. I just don't have time. It's not my thing. That would be typical, because typically a person watching this video would be the opposite of what their soul's hidden yearning is. Remember, it's hidden for a reason. We're supposed to discover it. We're supposed to grow through the discovery process. Okay, now let's say, so that if you're that person who wants to be quick about things, you're like, Susan, I can't focus, I can't meditate, I'm just too busy, I don't have time for all this. Okay, then what I would say to you is to, when you have a situation like a spouse or a partner or a lover or whoever it is, even any sort of relationship, boss, employee, child, family member, neighbor, friend, any kind of relationship. Here's what I would say to you. When something happens, don't make a snap decision about what happened. Go deeper. So if somebody comes in and they're ranting and raving and they're just being, their energy's all over the place and they're just unsettled and you don't know what's going on with them, your first response might be to ignore them, let them go through their stuff. It has nothing to do with me. Again, that's surface. You're staying on the surface. Or if you're even the person who's like, oh, tell me everything, I want to help you, you're still staying on the surface. You want to know why? This is the trick. This is the trick I want to teach you. You're saying, oh, Susan, I'm a deep diver. Like I go all the way in and I listen to people and I find out their problems and I help them and I'm a deep diver. Well, you're not really in that result because you're deep diving into them. You're not deep diving into you. Okay? That is still considered surface. Now, let's say, oh, Susan, I meditate every day. I have a big, strong meditation process. Then in that case, what's happening is you might be doing a meditation where you're chanting or You're focused on your breathing. That is wonderful. Congratulations. However, you're not deep diving into your soul. So you can be a meditator. You can be a deep thinker. Like, I want to figure out the inner workings of the universe. That's external deep diving, not internal deep diving. In this incarnation, your soul came here for you to deep dive in your own soul. Okay, so you can do that with therapy. You can do that with past life readings. You could do that with inner child work. You could do that with shadow work. And I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably me, because I don't like any of that. I don't like navel gazing. I don't want to know what makes me tick. I would rather forget about it personally. You know what I mean? I'm an action person. I'm like, put this puppy in drive, let's go, right? And I don't even have that much Aries in my energy, but that's kind of the energy that I have around this. So slow down. There's your soul in this incarnation, in this lifetime, your soul wants you to find the hidden gift that's hidden in your soul. And I'll tell you, it's hidden underneath a lot of caca. It's hidden underneath a lot of trauma. It's hidden underneath things you don't want to know. If you're a card number 1, you more than likely had a rough life, a challenging life, losses, grief. Guess where you have to get through to get to that soul's gift? You have to work through the trauma, because in this lifetime, your soul is saying, we don't want to carry this forward. We don't want our soul, when it leaves the physical body, to carry with it the trauma, the harm, the stress, the worry. We don't want it. We want to release it now. We want to release it in this life. So that's why they want you to do the deep dive. Okay? Look, I understand this is hard work, and I understand you may have questions. I'll try to answer some of your questions in the comments, but you know, try it on. Just try it on, see how it fits, see what comes up for you. This is not easy work. This is deep work. Okay? So grab a journal, grab your phone, your laptop, your tablet, and start writing down what this breaks loose for you. Oh, I have a memory about something. Again, you're not going to, there's no grade. You're not going to get an A or an F. There's no grading here. And you may not get everything. You might not get anything. But whatever you do get is worth it. It's absolutely worth it. Okay? Now, we're going to move on to number 2. This is Winter's Dream. Winter's Dream, gestation period. Gestation period. So if you chose number 2, in this lifetime, your soul's deepest learning is to have deep peace, deep rest, deep care, self-care. You know, when you're gestating something, you're giving birth to something. You're resting. This tells me that number 2, you're in a lifetime in the gestation period. You're in a lifetime where this is a timeout lifetime. This is a holy cow, I need a break lifetime. Now, you might not have got that. You might have got craziness or trauma or abuse even. You might have gotten those things that might have been planned or might not have been planned. But your soul's deepest yearning is to have a timeout, is to be cared for, to be nurtured, So you can start by nurturing and caring for and putting yourself first. That might be a big thing right there. Like that might be the whole task in this lifetime. And that's okay because sometimes it has to happen in increments, in small increments. We have to learn not to be the people pleaser, or we have to learn to not be the savior, the I can help you. I'm the one who's the only responsible one. I'm the only one that's got my act together. I promise you, you do, even if you don't think you do. And I need to help these people. Who else is going to help them? That's not your role. This is really hard to hear sometimes when you feel like you can help others and you should be helping others, even at the expense of yourself. This is not your role in this lifetime. And I hear somebody saying, well, what do I do? Let them be homeless? Do I let them just, die? I mean, that's extreme thinking. Um, every human, adult human, has their own soul path. If you're taking care of them, you are enabling them, you're keeping them from completing their soul's path. Maybe, and this is, well, you didn't watch number one, but, or no, we talked about this before we did the numbers. If you're thinking that the refrigerator is the only way I could keep my food cold, and now the refrigerator's out of power, it's over, I've got nothing, everything is damaged, everything is gone. You're not allowing yourself to be nimble. You're not allowing yourself to have a wide view that I have a cooler, I could put all my stuff in the cooler. It looks different, it functions different. It's not as nice. It's a pain in the butt. I got to go get ice, but it works. So if you are in a situation where you're thinking, I'm the only one that can do this, that's the refrigerator analogy. You're not the only one that can do this. And now I know, I did readings for years. I've heard all of these things. I'm a human. I've been through these things. I'm the only one that can do it. You don't understand, Susan. I'm telling you, spirit can solve this problem in a lot of different ways. Humans can solve it in one or two ways. Allow spirit to solve the problem. Your soul said, I need to take care of myself, gestate. You're carrying, you're building up reserves for your next journey. This is your R&R, rest and relaxation. This is your time out lifetime. It doesn't mean you're not doing anything. It doesn't mean you're a slob. It doesn't mean you're lazy. And it doesn't mean you're not attaining anything. All the opposite, the exact opposite. Everything that you're learning in this lifetime is going into your soul to illustrate it, to inform it, so that it can then take all of that information into its next incarnation, whatever that is. It's incredibly important. It's also incredibly important that your soul has time out to deal with the stress of this planet, time out to chill. So if you're experiencing a life where you feel like you've had a chill life, uh, you're doing it. You're doing what your soul wants you to do. 100% you're doing it. If you've had a life where you feel like you fought against being lazy, you fought against being what's the word they're giving me? Ineffective or irrelevant. Like if you grew up in a household where people said to you, you have to do it. You're the only one that can do this, right? You took that on and now you believe it. You're like, I have to do this. Your soul wants rest. It can manifest in an illness. It can manifest in some sort of autoimmune disease where you have to rest. I mean, if we don't listen to the guidance and the the spirit guides will help you on your soul path. You know, if you're overworking, they can give you the twisted ankle. They can give you the flu. They can do a lot of things. You know, they can even take your job away from you by having you get fired or laid off. This is where it makes no sense, right? Because you're like, why would they hurt me to help me? Well, because you weren't listening. You weren't listening, so they gave you the lesson more. Like if you're not listening and the lesson is stand up for yourself and you're not doing it, they'll just give you, your boss will get even worse. Your relationship will get even worse until you take your hand off of the hot stove, until you withdraw from that terrible situation. They're trying to help you by making the situation worse. You can say, my God, this is too much. I'm out, right? So if you say, my God, this is too much, I'm out, guess what? You have time for gestation. You have time to take care of yourself. You came to this life to deeply, deeply care for yourself. This could also mean that you are to heal wounds from past lives, or to dive a little deeper into your soul and heal that childhood trauma. But there could be some healing here, but mostly it is caring for yourself, because you're carrying something new. This lifetime is the creative beginning of something new that doesn't get born in this lifetime. But you've got to protect it like it's a baby. You're carrying a baby. You're carrying the new soul energy for the next soul incarnation, wherever that's at. You don't want to come back to earth. I'm not telling you got to. But you're making something new in this lifetime that's going to be birthed in a next incarnation. And you need time, you need good nutrition, you need rest, just like a pregnant mother would need all that time to take off and go slower, because you're living for two right now. You're living for what you're doing now, but you're living for what you're going to be birthing in this new incarnation. Hopefully that helps. Number two, again, if you have questions, I will answer some of the questions. I'm sure I will have hundreds of questions. I will jump in and try to answer, you know, as many as I can. Probably not going to be 200 questions that I answer, but you're just trying this energy on, see what fits, ask for more guidance. You know, ask to be shown. Tell the universe I'm open to understanding more about this. Okay. Number three, if you chose number three, I have not looked at these cards. I don't know what they are. This is called the perfect storm. I wish I had looked at these cards. It'd been a lot easier. I could, you know, pick the ones I wanted. But here we are, the perfect storm. And it says the courage to step into life. The courage to step into life. Your deepest soul's hidden yearning is to experience, they're saying. I mean, this bird, raven bird, is in the cosmos. The sky back there, there's lightning. One of his feathers flew off. I don't know what they're trying to say about courage to step into life when my feathers are blowing off. And there seems to be some kind of uh, power thing that's emanating from the bird's chest. And look at the bird looking away from where the power is. Right? Let's look at that for a minute. The bird is looking away from where this power is hitting its chest. Very unusual, because the bird is looking absolutely 90 degrees to the side and almost looks bored or content. But why isn't the bird looking at the source? Why isn't the bird meeting this powerful thing that's coming into it head on? I think that's fascinating, because it says the courage to step into life, perfect storm. So Your deepest yearning. And if you've watched all three of these, I can say that you can take all three of these on, that you could apply lessons from all three of these. But if you're in number three, your deepest yearning is your power, right? They're saying you're to look at your power, to not give your power away in this lifetime, in this incarnation. You are being asked to own your power. And if you had a trouble picking one, two, three, if you didn't know what number to pick, this is an indication of not being able to really own your power. Okay. If you're like, well, Susan, that wasn't me. I'm a powerful person. I'm a boss. I do these things. Okay. Let me break it to you gently. You're a powerful person, right? Maybe you have a great career or a powerful career, or you're in charge of your family, or you're a person who always makes your decisions. Okay. What the spirit guides are saying is that you're making those decisions within the context of society. So you grew up, so your parents or society or your teachers said, "Yeah, you'd be really good at this." So you said, "Yeah, okay, I'm going to be good at that." So you went and did the thing. You got the degree, you got the training, whatever you did. Being a parent, whatever it is, you're good at it because you want to be good at it. And that can feel like power. That can feel like, "No, you're wrong, Susan, because I'm a powerful person." Let's make a distinction here. That's 3D. Everything we just talked about is external. We're talking about internal. What is your soul's hidden desire internally? Everything about this question is about going within to the hidden realms. You're not going to find the answer in the external, in your external job, in your external partnership, in your external parenting, or ego, meaning, how you present yourself to the world, or in your spouse. You're not going to find, this isn't what we're talking about. We're actually talking about internal. What is hidden? What, yes, you are doing these things externally, but what did you want to do? Are you really doing your soul's desire? Is your job really what you wanted to do? 100% what you wanted to do? Is there something you wanted to do more, but you didn't do it because you felt like this isn't really going to pay any money, or I'm not going to be good enough at it, or I followed the advice and I'm doing this over here? There's something that you wanted to experience, probably as a child, that you, or a young adult, that you loved more than anything. That's what we're talking about here. That's the experience that you came here to learn. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to take this internal hidden thing and make it your avocation or your profession. It doesn't mean that. It means that you want to get in touch with that hidden thing, that gift, that whatever it was from your childhood. I wanted to be an athlete. I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to be a doctor, a healer, a psychic, a tarot reader. I wanted to be a business owner. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Whatever it was, that's the inner hidden experience that your soul has, that it wants you to acknowledge and touch base with. Again, not necessarily to bring it out all the way out into the open and say, "I'm for sure now going to be a healer." Maybe you will, but for sure, touch base with it. Own it. Wow, as a child, I always wanted to ride horses and I never could. As a child, I always wanted to be a gymnast and I couldn't do that, right? So it's really about finding that gift, that inner, deeply hidden gift that your soul brought forth in this incarnation that wants to be expressed. And again, you could make it a career, but it's not about making it a career so much as it is about owning it and saying, yes, I love this. Whatever it is, you're making time. That's another thing they want to say is making time. When you own something, it means you're making time for it. So when you're stepping into life, you're making time for yourself. You're saying, I'm stepping into my own life. I'm making time for this thing I always wanted to do, but it didn't have value. I think that's an important thing here, that whatever it was you wanted to do as a younger person, it had no value and therefore it's a waste of time. Step into that, find it, illuminate, elucidate it, figure it out, and then allow it some time in your life. When you do that, it's actually going to make everything brighter. I know it, I've seen this so many times, even in my own life. It's surprising because it's such a simple little thing. Like, okay, well, I always wanted to be creative and I always wanted to be a painter. I always wanted to play music. I always wanted to have time to make these beautiful quilts that I see people make. I've always wanted to have time to have a garden. I always wanted to have time to have a hobby, fill in the blank, doing whatever it is. I've had this interest in rocks and I wanted to get into crystals. I wanted to learn more about, astrology. Make time for it. When you do, it will brighten the rest of your life. Because when we find the hidden gem in our soul that we came here to understand, we came here to express, it shines a beautiful light on everything in our life. And when that happens, your vibration rises up. When that happens, really crappy things fall by the wayside because they don't match your vibration. Got a problem with a neighbor? When you raise your vibration, either they have a problem with somebody else all of a sudden, and they don't even know you're there, or they move, or you move. If you're not in vibrational alignment with something, you're not going to stay with it. So raising your vibration is a really important thing. And this is one way to do it. Okay. That is all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning into my wow videos. I really appreciate you. I'm sending you all the best, much love, and comfort and peace and joy. Okay, take really, really good care of yourselves. I will put on the screen here a thing you can click to go to the playlist if you want to just check out some of the other videos. Like I said, there are many, and they're all designed to help you. So click through, find something that might be interesting, and why not give yourself a little bit of extra leg up, a little bit of extra help, okay? I'll see you again next Wednesday.